Well, hello there and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the future of QuickBooks. I've seen the future of QuickBooks and you know what? I really like it. Make sure you stay tuned for this one because this one, whew, it's going to be a big one. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Bookkeeping, and also your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning from 8:30 AM for Ask the Accountant. Now, in today's video, we're talking about new technology. We're talking about the future of what I believe QuickBooks is going to be going forward. And there's a new phrase to learn. You see, I love my technology. I have glasses that when you put on, that you can record that POV shot, train people and excite people and everything else that goes with it. Love it. I have AR glasses, which basically means that I can see my computer screen through here and place it anywhere in the room I want. The idea being that if I don't want to lug my big monitors around with me, with this, I can replicate any setup I want. Cool idea. Not quite working as intended at the moment. But VR technology came around. And the idea of VR technology is that I can completely and utterly change the way that I look and be transported to a whole new location, giving me the opportunity that if I want to, of putting me somewhere else, I can still do some sort of pass through, so I can still see my hands and eye if I want to. But the idea would be that I take away all of that and I can just see a whole new world. Exciting. But we've done videos before on how you can use this with QuickBooks. And yes, you can. And yes, it works. But there's a lot of friction. A lot of friction. But then Apple came along. And Apple decided it wasn't going to do VR or AR. It was going to do what's called spatial computing. And they brought out a little device called the Vision Pro. Now, the idea of the Vision Pro is quite simple. Just like my VR unit, I stick the device over my head. It then uses my eyes to authenticate that it's definitely me. And then, if I record the screen and show you exactly what I can see, you can see that I can see you. Cool. But why? Well, the why is that if I press a little button here, I can now see apps I might need to want to use. From Keynote to notes to music. Now I can even put down here a keyboard and mouse, and I can recenter, and I can use this to navigate if I want to, but also I don't have to be looking at the real world. Spin this little dial here, and even with sound effects, I'm now transported out of my office into a room, and you can see stuff everywhere that I've left since the last time that I was in here. Here's Microsoft Copilot, for example. Put that over there. Here's Microsoft Teams, where I can look back on a different last meeting I've just had and go through the details of that meeting if I need to, or create a whole new meeting. Use AI to put information in there. But what I'm really excited about is how I can just jump into QuickBooks. And the beauty of this isn't me just going in and having to try and replicate my experience. I actually, which is really exciting for me, I get my whole ecosystem. So if I put that VR system on, then yes, I can get into QuickBooks, but I've got to remember my password and all that sort of stuff and go through from there. Here, everything is just like it is on my Mac or my iPad or my phone. All the passwords are already there. So I can just go in and I can just get into my normal workflow. And again, if I want to, I can go into this nice serene area, make this screen as big or as small as I need it to be. And generally, I'm now just working. I have a keyboard, I have a mouse, and I can just go into everything. So I can go to my bank transactions, and I can just reconcile my bank. I can send an invoice, look at my customers. I'm using the whole of QuickBooks. I can go into work papers. From work papers, I can jump to annual accounts. And from annual accounts, I can start returning pro tax and just file those accounts like magic. And the difference is that everything just works and works really well. And I can file directly Companies House HMRC directly from here. And while I'm doing that, I can have my Copilot over here, and over here I can open up Team, PowerPoint, Word, Excel, Zoom. I can just have some entertainment in the background. And I'm not limited to how my normal desk would set up. I don't need to have my mouse and keyboard if I don't want to. I can just do it all from here. And what it's using is my hands, which you can see in front of me, and my eyes. So if I'm confused about something, like why is that only 1.4K? Let's click into it. I've got 1.4K of overdue. Oh, it's Carol Walker. No worries. I can go into it and I can send a reminder. And, you know, if I need to put a new email address in, I can just type that address in here. Done. This is the future for me of what it's going to be like in the world. Like, this here is everything I need to be able to run my business through QuickBooks. And it's all interactive. It's all, I'm not having to think about it. I'm just looking at it and I'm going through. Why is there 8 uncategorized assets? Click in. Okay, so I've got to go through and look at this, have I? But again, I think the importance of this isn't this that this has been designed for Vision Pro. It's just that it just works in Vision Pro. And it works really well. And if I need to get receipts in there, I can even bring up Apron. And I could be like, oh, let's upload this receipt. And let's get that receipt into QuickBooks. And I find that reports in here are amazing. Like, QuickBooks already has the best array of reports around, right? But have you ever seen them in this amount of detail? Where a dashboard actually starts to look and feel it. And if I want to look into it and understand it a bit more, I just click in. If I need to look at payroll, payroll just works. Look at my dashboards, it just works. I can add transactions, amend transactions, review transactions, all from this. And I've done it before in VR and in other areas as well. I've always felt like I was battling. I was always struggling to do something. I'd want to do something, but I'd have to find a workaround to do it. And I mean the simplest stuff. Like, signing into QuickBooks was a real chore on the other platforms. But here it knew my account credentials because I use it on my iPhone and my Mac and all that sort of stuff. And then when I'm in the experience, it's not like it's needing me to have a mouse and a keyboard. Yes, I've got a mouse and keyboard here, and yeah, they work really well, and great to kind of have that experience. But actually, the future is my hands. Because it just feels more natural. And I'm more curious. Like, why have we got £30 in petty cash? Click in there. That's why we got £30 in petty cash. Do I want to reconcile it? I look at reconcile. I tap my fingers and I'm straight to the reconciliation area. I'm not battling it. It's all second nature to me. And it makes me think, like, training someone to use this would be an absolute breeze. Because they're just looking at something and tapping. And when it comes to training as well, this view that you see now with my hands in front, well, I can replicate this view. I could have it so that I can have my meeting over here, and that meeting, they can see what they can see. So if I'm trying to give them advice on how to do QuickBooks or fix something in QuickBooks, I can see exactly what they can see, to the point where I can see what they're typing on their keyboard. And for anyone who's had to do training before or trying to figure out what's wrong, being able to see exactly what they can see, well, actually, that's pretty huge, right? And it has one other amazing feature as well. Let's get your laptop out. And say, I want to use this laptop. And let's go into my happy place. My whole Mac screen is in front of me. And I can make it as big or as small. I can put it around wherever I need to put it around. Again, I can go to my happy place. And suddenly, I don't know why I never wanted it, but I can just use my screen up here. And you'll see my screen here. It's gone blank. And now, I can jump in meetings. I can jump in QuickBooks. And I can just use QuickBooks as I need to. Or any other element on my laptop. And suddenly, this screen isn't this tiny bit here. It's this. And there's a few times in my business where I've had to go, you know what? I can't do that piece of work. I need to wait until I'm at my desk because then I've got my multi-screens and I can go through it. Well, now if I've got to need to do some multi-screen work, I just recreate that multi-screen work. And I'm not restricted. I can have whatever it is I'm looking through here, onto here, and I can move around. And it's intelligent enough to know that when I'm working on this, even though now I'm working on here, but if I go down here past that screen and I look at this screen, then it knows what's there and can work on it. As I said at the beginning, I've used a lot of technology. But for me, this is a whole different type of technology. For me, this shows me the future more than any other piece of technology I've ever used. Because, yes, it's not right there. It's not like this isn't the final version of this software, right? But when this is the final version of this software and hardware, I think we're onto a winner. Because I think this, done right, it's so much easier for people to use things like QuickBooks in. Because this way, it all feels natural. I can almost have a conversation with you while still having QuickBooks there. And I could be talking about stuff and actually backing it up. You know what? There was a £25 loss last year. I can see that. It just feels right. It feels there. It feels like I'm part of the conversation still while being factual. And yeah, I could look at my laptop and talk to you and do this and look down and do that. But this way I could maintain eye contact with you. Or block you out completely and go to my happy place. That's what I think this is. Should you buy one? Probably not. But should you be interested in this technology? Yes, I 100% think you should. Because I think this is where the future needs to be and will be. But we need people like myself to be playing around with it to find out why it's good and why it's bad. But let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think this is the future? And let me know in the comments, is there anything you want me to try and do? Is there something you think that this technology needs? Or is there a use case that you want to challenge me to do with it so that I can go out there, find out if it can work, and maybe give you some reason to go out there and get one yourself? Either way, use the comments below. Let me know. Don't forget, if this has worked or helped you in any way, to use that like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. But I promise you, there is more content than this and others like it coming your way. So make sure you like, subscribe and all that sort of stuff. I think this is the future of QuickBooks. And you know what? I really like it. See you in the next video. Hello and welcome to this new series. Hello and welcome to this video. 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 Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So,
Alright, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, their advisor, their bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.